Day 1. 6 a.m. Marcus wakes up on the floor. Not a bed, the floor. Covered in blood stains from the fight last night. 47 men crammed into a cell designed for 24. Some sleep on bunks. Some on tables. Marcus gets the floor. He's been here 11 months, waiting for trial. He hasn't been convicted of anything. Welcome to Rikers Island, where I spent 72 hours documenting what really happens inside America's deadliest jail. In the next 16 minutes, you'll see what happens during 72 hours inside Rikers. A teenager beaten by guards while handcuffed. A diabetic man begging for insulin that never comes. Detainees eating food crawling with maggots. A father who missed his daughter's birth waiting 9 months for a court date. And the moment a man finds out his mother died while he sat in this cage waiting for trial. This is life inside Rikers. These are the people the system forgot. This is their story. Subscribe. We expose what happens inside America's jails when nobody's watching. Marcus Johnson, 28 years old. Arrested February 2024 for allegedly violating parole. A missed meeting with his parole officer. Bail set at $1,500. His family can't afford it. He's been at Rikers for 11 months waiting for his case to be heard. No trial. No conviction. Just waiting. I sleep on the floor every night, Marcus tells me through the cell bars. There's 47 of us in here. Blood everywhere. Toilets don't work. And I ain't even been found guilty of nothing. He was supposed to have a court date last month. Postponed. Again. He has no idea when he'll see a judge. This is Marcus's life now. Waiting. 7 a.m. Breakfast. The food comes through a slot in the door. Marcus gets a tray, cold oatmeal, stale bread, watery orange juice. He looks at the oatmeal. Something's moving. Maggots. Crawling through the lumpy paste. This happens twice a week. An older detainee named Bernard tells me. You eat it or you don't eat. Bernard is 62, diabetic, waiting 8 months for trial on a shoplifting charge. He allegedly stole bread from a bodega. He needs regular meals to manage his blood sugar. Instead, he gets maggot-infested oatmeal. Some men eat it anyway. They're that hungry. Bernard pushes his tray away. He'll wait for lunch. Maybe lunch will be edible. 9 a.m. Jamal Davis, 19 years old. Arrested 6 months ago for allegedly having a gun. Charges he denies. He's being walked to court for a hearing. His hands are cuffed behind his back. His ankles are shackled. 2 corrections officers escort him down the corridor. Jamal stumbles. The shackles make it hard to walk. 1 officer yells at him to move faster. Jamal tries. He stumbles again. The officer grabs his shoulder, shoves him against the wall. I said move. The 2nd officer joins. They push Jamal's face into the concrete. He's not resisting. He's just shackled and can't walk properly. This is a typical escort to court at Rikers. Violence is routine. Jamal is just a teenager. 11 a.m. Bernard's insulin pen is empty. He needs a refill. He's been asking medical for 3 days. Nothing. He presses the call button. No response. He yells through the door slot to a passing guard. I need my insulin. I'm diabetic. The guard keeps walking. Bernard tries again an hour later. Another guard. Same response. Medical will come when they come. Bernard's blood sugar is dangerously high. He can feel it, shaking, sweating, dizzy. In the outside world, this would be a medical emergency. At Rikers, it's Tuesday. Medical neglect kills people here. Bernard knows this. He sits on his bunk and waits. What else can he do? He's trapped. 1 p.m. Carlos Martinez, 32 years old. His daughter was born 3 weeks ago. He wasn't there. He's been at Rikers for 9 months waiting for trial on assault charges he says are false. A bar fight where he was defending himself. His girlfriend sent him a photo of the baby. The guards let him keep it for 1 day, then confiscated it. Photos aren't allowed in housing units. Carlos shows me the crumpled picture he hid in his shoe. A tiny newborn face. His daughter. She's 3 weeks old and don't even know her father, Carlos says, tears in his eyes. And I don't know when I'll get out to meet her. 9 months waiting. No trial date set. 3 p.m. A fight erupts in Marcus's housing unit. 2 men arguing over a bunk. Punches thrown. Blood spatters on the wall. Other detainees scatter to avoid getting hit. Guards watch through the window. They don't intervene immediately. They wait. Let them tire out. For minutes pass before guards enter with shields and batons. They separate the fighters. Both men are bleeding. One has a broken nose. They're taken to solitary confinement. The blood stays on the wall. Nobody cleans it. This is the 3rd fight this week. Marcus sleeps on the floor under those blood stains every night. This is normal at Rikers. 4 p.m. Shower time. 47 men. 4 working shower heads. No hot water. Each man gets approximately 5 minutes. Marcus waits in line for 30 minutes. When his turn comes, he steps into the communal shower. No privacy. No doors. No curtains. Just 4 shower heads in an open room with broken tiles and black mold covering the ceiling. The water is freezing. He washes quickly. Tries to get soap out of his hair before his 5 minutes end. A guard yells time's up. Marcus steps out still soapy. He dries off with a thin towel that smells like mildew. This is hygiene at Rikers. Once every 3 days if you're lucky. Sometimes less. 8 p.m. A man in the cell next to Marcus starts screaming. He's been screaming for 2 hours. Banging his head against the wall. Let me out. Let me out. Over and over. He's having a mental health crisis. Other detainees yell for guards to help him. He needs medical. Nothing. The screaming continues. 9 p.m. Still screaming. 10 p.m. Finally, guards arrive. They open the cell. The man rushes at them. They tackle him, force him to the ground, put him in restraints. He's taken to the mental health unit. Tomorrow, he'll probably be back. There aren't enough mental health beds. This happens 3 nights per week. Nobody sleeps when someone's having a breakdown. We're halfway through the 72 hours. Day 2 is about to get worse. Keep watching. Day 2. 9 a.m. Phone time. Carlos has been waiting 3 hours for his turn. There are 2 phones for 47 men. Each call costs $1 per minute. Carlos has a phone card with $15. His family scraped together the money. He calls his girlfriend. She answers crying. The baby's sick. She has a fever. I took her to the emergency room. Carlos's heart drops. His 3-week-old daughter is in the hospital and he's locked in a cage. Is she okay? He asks. I don't know yet. We're waiting for the doctor. The call cuts off. His 15 minutes are up. $15 gone. His daughter might be dying and he can't do anything. He hangs up and walks back to his cell in silence. 11 a.m. Jamal returns from court. He has bruises on his face from this morning when the guards shoved him against the wall. His hearing was postponed. Again. The judge rescheduled for 2 months from now. Jamal has been waiting 6 months. Now it's 8 months minimum. I didn't even do nothing, he tells Marcus. They said I had a gun. I didn't have no gun. But my lawyer says if I go to trial and lose, I get 10 years. If I plead guilty, I get 2 years. Jamal is innocent, but the trial tax is real. Plead guilty and get out sooner, or fight and risk a decade. He's 19 years old. What choice does he have? 1 p.m. Bernard collapses. His blood sugar finally spiked too high. He falls off his bunk onto the concrete floor. Unconscious. Marcus runs to the cell door. Bangs on it. Guard. Medical emergency. Man down. Other detainees join him. Everyone's yelling. 5 minutes pass. No response. 10 minutes. Finally, a guard appears. Looks through the window. Step back from the door. The door opens. Medical staff arrive with a stretcher. They check Bernard's pulse. He's alive. Barely. They take him to the medical unit. Marcus learns later that Bernard spent 4 hours in medical before getting insulin. 4 hours. He could have died. This is medical care at Rikers. If you're 2 p.m., lunch arrives. Bologna sandwiches. The bread is moldy. The bologna is gray. The milk is warm and past its expiration date. Marcus looks at the tray. He's hungry. He hasn't eaten since yesterday. He skipped breakfast because of the maggots. He picks up the sandwich. The bread crumbles. Mold spores dust his fingers. He considers eating it anyway. His stomach is cramping from hunger. An older man named Raymond sees him hesitate. Don't eat that. I got food poisoning last month from them sandwiches. Spent 2 days vomiting blood. Marcus puts the sandwich down. He'll wait for dinner. Maybe dinner will be safe. Probably not. But maybe. 3 p.m. Marcus was supposed to have a lawyer visit today. He's been waiting in the visiting room for an hour. His public defender never shows. A guard finally tells him, "Your lawyer called. Can't make it today. Rescheduled for next month." Next month. Marcus hasn't seen his lawyer in 3 months. He has questions about his case. He wants to know what's happening with his trial date. But his lawyer is handling 200 cases. Marcus is just a number. He walks back to his cell. 11 months at Rikers. No trial. No lawyer visit. No answers. Just waiting. Always waiting. This is justice in America. 5 p.m. Mail call. Marcus gets a letter. It's from his sister. He opens it. Reads the first line. His hands start shaking. His mother died. Heart attack. 3 days ago. The funeral was yesterday. Marcus was in this cell when his mother died. He was in this cell during her funeral. He'll never see her again. Never say goodbye. Never apologize for not being there. He sits on the floor and cries. Other detainees give him space. They've all lost someone while locked up. Death doesn't wait for trial dates. Marcus's mother is gone, and he's still here sleeping on a blood-stained floor, waiting for a trial that may never come. This is what Rikers takes from people. Day 3. 6 a.m. Count time. Guards walk through the housing unit counting detainees. Everyone must stand by their bunk, or in Marcus's case, their floor spot. The count takes 30 minutes. If the numbers don't match, they count again. And again. This morning, the count is off. Someone's missing. Guards lock down the entire unit. Nobody moves. Nobody eats. Nobody uses the phone or showers. Lockdown lasts 4 hours while they search for the missing detainee. Finally, they find the mistake. A guard miscounted. The lockdown ends. For hours of everyone's life wasted because a guard can't count. This happens twice a week. Time means nothing at Rikers. Except it's all anyone has. 10 a.m. Jamal meets with his public defender. She has 5 minutes for him. She has 6 other clients waiting. Take the plea, she tells him. 2 years, with good behavior you're out in 16 months. Go to trial, you risk 10 years. Jamal insists he's innocent. She shrugs. I believe you. But the jury might not. You're 19, black, charged with gun possession in New York. The statistics aren't in your favor. Jamal thinks about 16 more months at Rikers versus maybe 10 years upstate. He signs the plea deal. Guilty to a crime he didn't commit. He'll be sentenced next month. 2 years of his life gone for something he didn't do. This is how the system breaks innocent people. 2 p.m. Carlos finally gets another phone call. His girlfriend answers. The baby's okay, she says. The fever broke. She's home. Carlos breaks down crying. Relief floods through him. His daughter is alive. He won't lose her like Marcus lost his mother. But he still doesn't know when he'll meet her. His trial is scheduled for 2 months from now. If convicted, he could get 5 years. His daughter will be 5 years old before he holds her. If he takes a plea deal, maybe 18 months. Either way, he's missing her first steps, her first words, her first birthday, all because he's waiting for trial in this hellhole. His daughter is safe, but Carlos is still trapped. Hour 72. My 3 days inside Rikers Island ends. I walk out. Marcus doesn't. He'll sleep on the bloodstained floor tonight, and tomorrow, and the day after, until his trial happens, if it happens. Bernard is back from medical, rationing his insulin because he knows they won't refill it on time. Carlos is staring at the crumpled photo of his daughter. Jamal is preparing for sentencing on a crime he didn't commit. And 43 other men in this one cell are waiting. Waiting for lawyers who don't come. Waiting for trials that get postponed. Waiting for justice that never arrives. 86% of people at Rikers haven't been convicted of any crime. They're legally innocent, but they're treated like they're already guilty. 14 people died at Rikers in 2025. Most were preventable. The federal government has taken control of the jail, but nothing has changed. The food still has maggots. The medical care still doesn't come. The guards still use violence. And thousands of innocent people still sleep on floors covered in blood, waiting for their day in court. This is Rikers Island. This is America's pre-trial detention system. This is what happens when nobody's watching. That's 72 hours inside Rikers Island. Subscribe for more undercover prison documentaries. Comment: should people wait years for trial in these conditions? Share this so people know what really happens inside America's jails.